I love shooting videos, especially in the city, especially at night. The tall buildings, glow of lights, leading lines, the endless walkways, the chaos of traffic, the calmness of midnight, all of it. And I wanted to make a short filmic sequence for this magical part of the day. But where to start? Let's talk gear. I finally traded in my Sony A7 III for an FX3. Not an easy choice because this little device is quite expensive. I've only had it for about 2 weeks, so bear with me as I try to learn the ins and outs of this particular setup. I primarily shot with the Sigma 16mm f1.4. An APS-C lens, I know, but it does give a 24mm field of view on this camera. And as it's the widest aperture lens I have, I just couldn't let go of it. And I love the images coming out from this glass. I paired this with my Sony 24-70 G Master lens to get those tighter and sometimes more intimate shots. And with an f2.8 constant aperture, this lens is an all-around beast. Finally, I used a Moment Cinebloom 10% filter. This I feel gives the image that extra character that it needs, and it's just enough bloom and halation that it doesn't take over the focus of the shots. And off we go. So on one weekend, me and my partner went around the city. A city that I wanted to capture, that I've never been able to. A city that's been my home for many, many years, and things have changed a lot. New buildings, new walkways, new lights, new people, but always with its other residents, the city cats, and I wanted to include them too. I started off with playing around with the settings and codecs, using S-Cinetone at first, and then finally maximizing the power of this camera with S-Log3. And I was, and still am, truly amazed at the images coming out from this device. For grading, I originally was going to go for a more bluish hue, like in the movies Dark City or Underworld, but when I was playing around with the colors in post and shifted them to green, the city came to life. Now I'm not an expert in color grading by any means. I do use LUTs, but I make sure to customize them and add to them as much as I can, pushing those hues that I need, adjusting the skin tones, exposure, and just tweaking the image to get to the look that I want. And taking inspiration from other creators out there, I added some effects as well. This one from Nina Naiko, who plays around with architecture and motion graphics, and this one from the Netflix show Dark, which I love, and I feel especially works well with these images. If you've stayed long enough to watch this video, thank you. With that said, here's my little filmic nod to cyberpunk, The Matrix, and everything else sci-fi. Enjoy.